That right there is why homeowners associations should be outlawed. Alright, next item on the list is to fix that before it comes off. The guy's supposed to come fill it here soon for the generator and stuff. So a couple more rains and she's afraid it might slip off of there. So we're going to level it off a little bit and fix that. Ground's so soft I had to go find a piece of scrap metal to put underneath the jack. Just jacked it up, pushed the other one in. Okay, next thing, moving the chicken coop. We got it finally figured out how to level it on the tractor. And he's just gonna, we put two 2x4 braces underneath and he's just lifting it with the hay spears and gonna take it all the way down there and put it by the barn back there where she used to have them. Okay, another chore finished. Whole bunch of quick, easy ones, right? This is one of the older all steel gates, so they're pretty heavy. And my mom had this wheelbarrow wheel, so just drilled a hole in the side, went and got a 5-inch 5/8 bolt, and bolted it on there. Now you can just roll it back and forth, and you don't have to lift it or anything, and it works fine. This is the one they use to keep the cows out of the trailer area and all this back in here, and then they do use this. They roll this up and lock it back their trailer up to here when they want to sell one. So all right, on to the next project for her. That right there is why homeowners associations should be outlawed. My mom keeps her fences and just junk, you know. She doesn't have to worry about it. She's got all kinds of stuff out here and no regulations, but she keeps it all in a nice neat stack back there. But there's a old deck that they got off of some house or something, and it has these nice, I don't know, 6-inch beams, posts that they got out of there. Anyway, for the last year or so, my mom has been unwiring and wiring back this cattle panel here to open this field up so they can get back and forth. This is where she keeps the calves when they're first born. Puts the moms in here so that they stay in this small field. But she has a gate right there that's wired up. It's just an old gate with some fence wire and whatever. They just wired it to T-posts because that's about all they can get done. So instead of going and buying a post, we just use this big beam. Recycle, reuse. You never know when you're going to use it. The cement. I gotta come get the cement bag.
Oh. Well, it's been reporting our budget, right?
Ready? Oh, dang. Yeah.
See, Philip, that's why I couldn't work on it myself. Oh, that's pretty cool, Brett. That looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The wire just needs wired.
That's a good post, Mom. So the next chore is to put some bracing on each corner of that barn. The cows have been rubbing and scratching up against it. I am really bending one of the sides. One's really messed up. If you didn't catch the video of us repairing the windmill, you can check that out. Caitlin and Philip are just getting it put together. We found it was easier to transport all taken apart. Then we're going to get it set back up in the original location before the storm and anchor it down pretty well. Hopefully it won't blow over again and it'll survive for a few more years. So my mom's screen door blew off in the storm and ripped all of these out right here. These screws, they're just held in right at the edge of the particle board because it's a cheap, $90 Home Depot door. Anyway, it ripped this whole track basically off and these hinges off. Right here, 4 of them. Got the track back on with some longer screws since at least it's particle board and it's all solid piece and not hollow. So I just took these inside screws here. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. I just took these, there's 5 of them in there that holds this track trim piece to the door. And these hinges actually screwed through this track and barely into the edge of the particle board. So to repair it, we went to Lowe's and we were going to just get a new one, but this is a 34-inch door and they don't have any. And so since she lives so far away, of course we want to get it fixed before I go home. And so we couldn't find one, they couldn't order one. Home Depot's all the way in Tulsa. So anyway, gonna make do with what we can. So I put this track back on, got that back there, and then it's real thin metal right here. So instead, and there's no way to change your hinges out because they're in this pin. So what I found were some of these. They're basically corner braces, Simpson ties, you know. They're actually L's. So I just hammered them out straight, drilled an extra hole right here to line up with the hinge hole right there, and then that way I'll put this underneath the hinge and screw the hinges through it and then into the track and into the board, and then I'll put a couple of 3 screws or so on there as some added support and just put one all the way down. Should get her by until we can get a new door in the next time I come up to visit. That's it. I just got to put these last 2 pieces of trim on and I think we'll be good. And that'll work until we can get her a good 34-inch door. So, quick way to reinforce stripped out storm door hinges. Now go get your scarecrow and put it on it. So, just in the front yard, we had the propane, the generator, the exhaust for the generator, the trellis, the windmill, the scarecrow, well, the 10-man little craft thing, scarecrow. Caitlin dug up all the asparagus and weeded all that out and got him cut up. We dug some blackberries to take home. We were going to get some of the artichokes for Jerusalem artichokes or something. We didn't get those either. And then we had the barn out there in the back that we fixed. And then, I don't remember what else. Some fence down there, a gate, a wheel on the gate. I think we got it all done. Well, another successful trip. Got quite a few things marked off of our list. I don't think when you go home you'll ever get the list completely finished. There's always something new that needs helped out around. And that's just part of it. We always joke about my mom's list because every time she'll have one tucked away in her little pocket. So anyway, sometimes you got to be a little bit imaginative and make do with what you got out there and come up with ideas, kind of like the door hinges or just recycling some stuff for a nice post and, putting the boards on the barn to hopefully keep the cows from scratching and bending the corners and stuff. Hopefully it will all work and we'll catch you in the next video. As always, like, subscribe, maybe leave comments about your favorite trip home and what chores you had to do, and we'll catch you in the next video.